This story is from Nara Prefecture, Japan. Once upon a time, there were 3 filial brothers who lived in a certain place. Their father passed away early, so their mother raised them. When their mother fell ill, the 3 brothers desperately took care of her. However, despite consulting doctors and administering expensive medicine, she continued to lose weight rapidly. "Mother, is there anything you'd like to eat?" the 3 brothers asked, worriedly. "I wish I could have some wild pears from the deep mountain," she replied. The wild pears from the deep mountain were known to be incredibly delicious. However, it was said that a fearsome yokai, supernatural creature, resided there. And no one who went to pick the pears had ever returned. "I'll go," said the eldest brother. He carried a basket on his back and began climbing up the mountain. Soon, he came across a large rock, on top of which sat a thin old woman. "Where are you going?" she asked. "I'm going to the deep mountain to pick wild pears. Can you tell me where they are?" the brother asked. No, it's dangerous. There's a terrifying yokai over there, and it will eat you," she warned. "No, I must go. Please, tell me," the brother insisted. Seeing his persistence, the old woman said, "Well, if that's the case, there's no other choice. At the spot where the road splits into 3, you'll find bamboo growing. The bamboo will make a sound, saying, 'Go this way, gasagasasa,' or, 'Don't go this way, gasagasasa.' You should take the path where it says, 'Go this way, gasagasasa.'" She gave him this advice and the brother continued on his way. After a while, just as the old woman had said, he reached a point where the road split into 3 and there was bamboo growing there. Can't trust everything the old woman says, he thought to himself. Disregarding the bamboo's warning of, "Don't go this way, gasagasasa," he confidently chose the right path and continued on. To his surprise, there was a large swamp ahead, and by the swamp, several trees bearing wild pears stood. "Wow, this is amazing," the brother exclaimed, delighted. He climbed onto one of the trees and his shadow appeared in the swamp. Suddenly, the water in the swamp trembled and he was swallowed up by it. Since his older brother didn't return, the second eldest brother decided to go next. "Alright, this time it's my turn," he said, and set off. However, like his older brother, he ignored the old woman's advice and chose the left path where the bamboo warned, "Don't go this way, gasagasasa." As a result, he ended up becoming the prey of the swamp yokai, just like his older brother. With neither of his brothers returning, it was now the youngest brother's turn. He ventured deeper into the mountains and came across the same large rock where the thin old woman was sitting. "What brings you here?" she asked. "I'm going to the deep mountain to pick wild pears," the youngest brother replied. No, it's dangerous. There's a fearsome yokai over there. And it will eat you," she warned. The youngest brother then explained that he wanted to feed the wild pears to his sick mother and mentioned his 2 missing brothers. "Well, your brothers didn't listen to me and were swallowed by the yokai. But if you insist on wanting to save them, there's no other way. Take the path of, 'Don't go this way, gasagasasa. And when you're in trouble, use this,' she said, handing him a sword." The youngest brother went on his way to save his brothers. He braved the perilous path of, "Don't go, gasagasasa." As he continued, he encountered a river, and a floating teacup approached him. He thought the teacup might serve some purpose, so he picked it up. He continued on, and soon he arrived at a large swamp. There, by the swamp, stood several trees bearing wild pears with tempting fruits hanging from them. Delighted, the youngest brother decided to climb one of the trees. As the wild pears swayed in the wind, they began to sing, "The eastern side is dangerous, the western side is dangerous too. The northern side casts shadows, but the southern side is safe." He understood that he should climb the tree on the southern side. Following this instruction, he climbed the tree and happily gathered the delicious wild pears, placing them in the basket on his back. However, as he was about to descend, he made a mistake and climbed onto a tree on the northern side. Suddenly, the water in the swamp split into 2, and a giant yokai resembling a daimyo appeared, attempting to swallow the youngest brother whole. Remaining calm, the youngest brother drew the sword given to him by the old woman and stabbed the yokai in the throat. "Yugya!" the yokai shrieked, staggering back and collapsing on the surface of the swamp, motionless. The youngest brother jumped onto the yokai and, using the sword, cut open its belly. To his surprise, his 2 older brothers emerged from the yokai's stomach. However, both of them were exhausted and unable to move. The youngest brother scooped up water from the swamp using the teacup he had picked up and gave it to his brothers to drink. Miraculously, they immediately regained their energy. The three brothers held hands, overjoyed, and hurriedly returned home. Thanks to the delicious wild pears they had eaten, their mother's illness improved. And the three brothers and their mother lived happily ever after.